Ooh, what's up, guys? This is your girl Ashley Wells coming at you with my Black Excellence channel. So, guys, yeah, I'm hitting all different topics when it comes to the Black experience, the Black, whew, things that a lot of people don't think about or don't even know that's taking place, especially when you have children involved as well. So, because these are stories that honestly, God, I thought for many years was the norm, or things were supposed to be like this. Yeah. So one of the other stories I'm going to share on is, well, not stories, but topics really is sly racism. Sly racism. So when I was growing up, I had I had majority white friends because the school I went to, it was mixed kids. It was mixed with all kinds of kids of different races, but the apartment complex we moved to, for some odd reason, a lot of black kids didn't go outside in that complex. They would go to different areas. So, and I wasn't allowed to because, I was very tiny as a kid. So I ended up being friends over the years. It was always two white girls for some reason. It was always two. Maybe they'd been sisters or cousins. It was always two white girls. And I knew there was something weird about those girls, but I didn't. And see, this is another thing why I would say, parents, you guys need to be putting out there of warning signs for children, because sly racism starts literally right there on the playground. Kid you not. So these white girls will always be very interesting. Um, and what they would do is when we would play, they would make sure they'd be ahead of me. They would, like make sure if we go through a building or a room or something like that. Oh, wait a minute, we have to go first. We have to go first, and then you behind us. And then they wouldn't even hold the door for me. They just shut the door. Uh, they will always say little things like, they were better than me. They had more opportunities. And yeah, these little girls were saying that had better opportunities than me. That I was dumb, that I was ugly. And all the while, I thought this was normal. Because again, guys, when you have children and you don't teach them, proper etiquette of, yeah, friendship, as well as, what to watch out for, what these kids may tell you or try to get you to do, you in trouble. Because the only thing my mom taught me was, if someone hits you, you hit them back. That's it. No one taught me the etiquette of if someone is mentally bullying you. Physically is one thing, but when someone's mentally bullying you, that's a whole damn different thing. So, um, just and then too, like whenever, I don't know, I can't remember quite where these other white kids will come from, but when some other kids would come along, then they really would start showing out. So they would call me cruel names. They would yell at me. They would say, "You're not allowed around us. Get over there somewhere. You're not supposed to be next to us. You're not supposed to be standing next to us." Yeah. So, and then when I got older, like when we moved to different areas, they were the same thing. It was and the thing is, every time I would have these white friends, it was very clear how envious they was. So like, I had a grandmother that was very flashy, which I got her from. And they would say, "Oh my God, that's not fair that she got all that money. That's not fair she has all those rings." Yeah. My grandmother, as wonderful as she would, treat us to Kings Island and things like that. And they would make a response to that. Why should you get to go to Kings Island? You don't deserve it, type stuff. And these were people I assumed or was thinking were my friends, but they really wasn't. And there was a couple times they dropped the N bomb. Yeah, so I think we were like maybe 10, and I was not very familiar with racial slurs at that time. I had never knew what the N word mean. I didn't know. Of course, at that age, I wasn't allowed to listen to certain music. Um, and then like, racial profile type stuff, you wasn't taught as a child. Um, Especially if you have children that's very sheltered. So when they're dropping N words, and I'm thinking it's just a regular word, I didn't know, like nigger, and just kept saying it, and it was calling me that. And then whenever they would get in fights with other people, which was so crazy. Now, this is why I call it sly racism. So the girl who was dropping these N bombs, she has a black cousin. Yeah, she has a black cousin, and she has black relatives. And she just dropping N words. So, the thing is, when people don't say, I'm not racist, I got, black kin, or that don't mean a damn thing. A lot of times that means that that might make you even more scared, because just because you got people in your family don't mean you treat them right. Don't mean you acknowledge them. So, in respect. But yeah, it was just dropping N bombs. And when I saw her cousin for the first time, I'm like, she looks like me. And whatever that word was, I knew it was bad, because they had so much anger when they would say it to me and to other people. And for some odd reason, instinctively, I would look at myself and the cousin like, they keep saying this to us. Like, what is it? And even her cousin didn't know. Cousin didn't even know at all. It was like, it was clear that they kept doing it towards brown skinned people. So I'm like, what the? So guys, yeah, with that, beware of sly racism. Because I do remember in school, it was so crazy. We went to a very interesting school, and the teacher, I kid you not, it was me and two friends. We were just walking and leaving the cafeteria, and my teacher went to me and said, Ash, can you come here? Yeah. Her name was Miss Lackey. Yeah, what's up, Miss Lackey? Go ahead and take my tray and dump it for me. Didn't tell the white girls this. And I can't remember who all was around me. I think there was mostly teachers or something like that walking past us at that time, but she told me to go take her damn tray. And she was sitting right there by the garbage bin. She wasn't too far. And told me to take her tray. And I'm like, again, if you guys don't educate your kids about these type of things, they don't know no better. And see that it starts to change. So that's why I'm saying they start training our children very young. If you don't think racism is not very evident still, it really is. And it does happen, and it is taking place in our kids' classrooms, people, in our schools. And this is when I was a kid. Now, I haven't been around, school, so I don't know, but still, be wary and be watchful.